the whole time?
We were in the beginning, but it was when we were trying to figure out that fucking thing that you pushed, but then your computer froze up.
Oh, fuck. All the good shit was after that.
I know.
Oh, man.
We're figuring it out. It's fine.
Yeah.
All the good shit was after that.
So
anyway, the renting what? Ferraris what?
I mean, if you just started right now recording, we need to backtrack a little.
Yeah.
So basically, me and you have figured out that they are using COVID to push automation to take away the jobs. It's the only thing that makes sense. So we have figured it out.
They took our jobs.
They took our jobs! Dude, why does South Park calls everything?
Yeah, they do.
Did you see the pandemic special?
No, I should have watched it.
Oh my God. Watch that, and we're going to talk about that next time. It is so, dude, those guys.
I could put it on right here.
I've already seen it like 3 times.
Oh, okay.
It is so funny. But, yeah, we were just talking about, do you think anybody even cares, if people die off or if people lose their jobs and they're depressed? And, yeah, corporations definitely don't, because the only thing that matters is the shareholders and money. So me and you are not going to live that life, Tweety. So we're going to help people. But I was saying, this culture, man, you see all over Instagram, people rent cars, they cash their check, they probably have to pay their rent with that check, and they flash it and tell you to DM them so that they can teach you how to get rich. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. It's like such a fake ass world. I'm so sick of this fake world.
Dude, and the younger generation just like buys into it. They think that
eat it up.
Oh, I'm gonna get rich. That's like everybody wants to get rich. Everybody's like on a mission to get rich right now. And it's like, dude, the last thing I want to do is work for fucking money. Like, I don't want to work for money anymore. I fucking hate it. I mean, money has to happen, as a result of the work that you do. But I don't want to work for money. I want to work doing what I want to do because there's some form of altruism in it. And like right now, I do land surveying, and I love land surveying. Like, I mean, I love like hiking around. I love like, I don't know, doing math in my head and like figuring stuff out, like problem solving. I like using the latest technology and that kind of stuff. Where the fuck did you go?
I'm here, buddy. Don't worry.
What happened?
No, I hit the button when I was just trying to make the screen bigger. You like hiking around. You love land surveying.
Yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, it's not altruistic. It's just for profit. You know what I mean? And basically what it comes down to is, like, if you can charge this much, then you will. And if that X's people out from, like, getting the survey on the property that they need because they're in a dispute with their neighbor, well, then, sorry. Because that's how markets are driven.
Yeah. No, dude, it's funny how it's so embedded in these kids. Because, like, I get it because I was there, You're like young, you don't have anything. Like, obviously, like, I didn't grow up poor or anything, but I just got like what I needed. Like, I saw people, their parents bought them cars and all that stuff. Like, so if you don't have all that and you're basically just got your needs met, but you want more, you get obsessed with trying to make money or whatever. But then you realize once you make money, it's whatever. Then what? You just always want the new. You get something, and a couple years later, it's old. Now you need the newest one, and it's a vicious cycle.
Schmer, you don't realize how good you had it. When I grew up, I had a Honda Civic Si. That's all I had. It only had nitrous and a turbo, and the motor blew because I'm dumb.
Dude, you drove 130 miles down a road with my little 15-year-old ass in your passenger seat. We got pulled over, and you went into fucking Oscar performance mode and got the cop to believe that we were being chased, and that's why you were going so fast. It was amazing.
Dude, I had to do something. I was going so fast.
Dude, you were going like 120 miles an hour down like a 45-mile-an-hour road.
Yeah, I mean, I had to do something.
He literally, like, I bet you like if you did that right now, dude, he'd pull his gun out and be on the ground and go to jail. Like, yeah, he didn't even come up to the car. Yeah. He didn't even come up to a car with the gun out. And it was, if you had to guess, what, 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night?
It was pretty. It was dark. I
Yeah.
don't know what time it was. It was very dark.
It was very dark, and there was not really any cars on the road. So it was probably like 11, 12. Dude, and you were flying. And dude, we got pulled over. I was like, oh my God, we just got pulled over going that fast. Dude, and you just like, that was an incredible performance. Good job,
You know, when I'm on the spot, you know, I got to do what I got to do.
What was that? That was probably 1998, huh? I was probably like 14.
I don't think I could do that now. I don't think it would happen. I'd just be like, yeah. Well,
I just wanted to see this little kid right here wanted to see how fast the car could go.
Yeah,
What car was that? Was that the Pulsar?
I don't know which one it was, dude.
You had 19 cars.
Might have been the Thunder Chicken.
Maybe.
I can't remember.
Dude, Thunder Chicken, Pulsar, Camaro SS. You were balling. You were balling. Where'd you get all this money for all these cars?
What are you talking about?
Dude, you had like 6 cars like within like a couple years time.
Total, I've had over 40 in my life.
Dude, that's wild.
Like 43 was the last time I counted. I don't even remember when that was, but I think
43 cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tight.
I don't know. I just want to drive different shit.
Yeah. Damn, that's a lot of cars.
It's not like they were all nice cars. You know?
No, yeah. I've actually never counted. I have no idea. I'm gonna guess like 10. Damn, 43. That's crazy.
Yeah, cars and trucks.
Yeah.
Dude, they keep ordering the it's 2 carrier bearings for my differential, and they can't find like the correct ones for my fucking truck right now. So they've ordered it from one place or 2 places. Both of them came in yesterday. They were the wrong part. So then they ordered from a Ford dealership in El Paso, and they just got it today. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Is it done? And they were like, oh, no, we just got it an hour ago. I was like, well, did you at least look at the bearing and see if it's the right one? They were like, oh, we hadn't had time. Damn it,
man. Dude, I'd like to take this time to say fuck UPS. Dude, I got this engine harness, order off eBay, right? Gets shipped to my homie's house. He overnights it, pays $80 to overnight it. Fucking UPS. They accidentally delivered it to the post office for some reason. I don't even know how that happens. Still can't find it. $300 engine harness. Fuck UPS. And fuck Winston Churchill. But now you can't even put that. We're recording.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And fuck Churchill. Because why? What was the quote? When you're young, you're liberal. When you're old,
you're not a liberal in your 20s, then you don't have a heart. If you're not a conservative in your 40s, you don't have a brain. But that's a very weird quote to me, because why should you not have both, right?
Why should you not have both? Exactly, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fucking wrong. That's what's wrong right now.
Yeah, it's like, dude.
You can't think with just your heart or just your mind. It's stupid.
It's so weird. He's like basically telling you, to either think with either one. Like, what? That's what I get so upset with people who like, they start talking about like, I don't know, just like immigrants or fucking, it's just like people just look at it from like surface level. Like when they're like, oh, people are fucking sneaking over into this country. It's like, yeah, bro, wouldn't you if your fucking country was at war and you got the cartels trying to fucking kill you or take your kids to make them work for them or they're going to fucking kill them? Wouldn't you sneak away? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, they're fucking, and you know what the funny part about all of that is a lot of it's a drug war from fucking Americans. They're always trying to supply our drug habit. That's what I'm saying with like people, like they don't, everybody just looks at shit like so fucking close-minded. Maybe dig a little deeper. Think about maybe that mom, because her fucking skin is brown. So then they're like, you know what I mean? They almost like don't look at him. They almost don't look at him the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like,
it's true.
You know what I mean? She's a mother trying to fucking walk across the desert, probably gonna fucking die, just in the hopes of like not getting killed by the cartel. It's just like so weird how people are just like, they're gonna come over here and they're gonna get free fucking tax money. Cool, better than the fucking corporation, dude. You know what? You want to get into this shit? Fucking McDonald's. You know how much money McDonald's probably gets every year from corporate subsidies? Like, why is the government giving fucking McDonald's and these big corporations fucking money so they can keep their food prices low? Do you know what I mean?
And the oil industry.
Dude, yeah, and the oil industry.
It's multi-trillions of dollars.
They get subsidies of free money. All these fucking people who go like, oh, dude, fucking corporations, man. They provide the jobs. No, dude, they're tied in with the fucking government. They get free fucking money, dude. You fucking cocksuckers. I'm so sick of like broke people sticking up for fucking corporations. It's insane.
Well, look at Walmart. Look at Walmart, dude. Like, biggest corporation in the world. I don't know if you know this, but Walmart is the biggest corporation in the fucking world. And in a small town like this, dude, if there was no Walmart, you know how many thriving businesses there would be?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Everybody just goes to Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when there's lockdown, those businesses get locked down. But guess what? Walmart sells everything. They get to stay open.
Yeah, why does Walmart get to stay open, but everyone else has to close? Like, why are they?
Because they have groceries too.
No, because they're tied in with the fucking government,
right.
And they're like, you're not gonna shut us down. We'll fucking take away all the lobbyist money we give you or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
The way I look at it is, did they plan that shit out? You know what I mean? It's too perfect.
It's too perfect.
Like, yeah, it's too perfect.
Yeah, because why did all the billionaires get richer during the pandemic and everyone else is broker? Of course, like you said. Dude, it's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, it seems that somehow this is on purpose, and I'm not sure which part or how. And it sounds like an idiot because I got nothing to back it up besides like anecdotal evidence. But at the same time, I think everybody kind of knows that there's like they're a little suspicious about what's going on with this whole thing from the start.
Yeah, and that's not to even say that it's not serious, and
Oh no.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it still doesn't need to be dealt with like this way.
No.
Yeah.
No, I still believe the same thing from the beginning. If this was 1980, it would have just run its course.
Yeah.
But because we're all connected, we have to like, oh my God, like shelter in place. I got alerted twice today. My phone's like fucking doing that emergency alarm thing.
Like you said, like the whole purpose of closing down the small businesses is because we need to, we can't have people gathering and stuff. So everything gets shut down but the fucking Walmart. But you can go there and fight over toilet paper with everybody and be in there and stand in line for hours to try to check out.
Dude, so Walmart right now.
Make it make sense. Make something, make it make sense.
So this Walmart right now, Cindy she has to pick some stuff up. So she masked up and went. But, dude, there's 2 entrances and they're at 30% capacity. So when you go, you have to stand in line. Like, it's cold as fuck up here. You have to stand in line and wait for like someone to come out, and there's a long ass line before you can go in.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what time of day. You go there first thing in the morning, there's people lined up. They're ready to go. And they close early. They close at 10. So you only have this much hours, this much window, to like get there.
Basically spend your whole day trying to go to fucking Walmart.
Yeah, yeah. And you have no other option.
Dude.
Not in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not freedom.
No.
Freedom is when small businesses, people start small businesses because they see an opening in the market and they want to fill it, and they want to provide a service or some goods that people need in a small town like this or in a big city or wherever. But when it's dominated by the largest corporation.
Well, yeah, one place just has everything. So you can't even have like a niche, like I sell clocks, I sell TVs. Like, you remember there used to be a VCR store? There used to be a TV store.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny. Like, I actually used to think wasn't there some sort of law against monopolies? I thought there was. Obviously, I'm just spitting fucking, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I could have sworn, they used to break up huge corporations in like the 1800s and stuff.
They did.
Because they would start to get too big. And then finally those corporations they just got so intertwined with politics that it just stopped.
Hey Siri, is Walmart a monopoly?
Here's an answer from Reason.com. While Walmart isn't a monopoly, it is anti-competitive.
While Walmart isn't a monopoly, it is anti-competitive. So it doesn't encourage competition, which is like, the good part of capitalism.
Yeah.
It's like competing in markets, because if this person can provide it for cheaper, then it drives you to like source it better to, and it just encourages that.
See, and this is where everyone who's like, oh, capitalism. No, dog, this is runaway capitalism that there's no coming back from. Like, so crazy, dude. Yeah, and then hey, dude, and we say shit like this, and you say shit like that, they go, what do you want? Fucking communism? We fucking want socialism? Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's like we can't have like any type of middle ground. If you say that, you must believe this, or you know what I mean?
There needs to be like open discourse and open forum on all of it. So you can be like as liberal in one realm and as conservative in another realm, on the same subject.
Yeah, well, dude, and also where you don't have to subscribe to every checklist of each side. Like you can have, you can
have a blend of reason. You know what I mean? Like shit that's common sense. It's like common sense isn't allowed.
You know what I do notice though is I just see everyone they all say the same things about the other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, they're the sheep. But like, you know what I mean? Like the other side is like, well, they think they're the sheep, It's just they all just think the same things. So it's like, what is common sense? Because obviously we still have our opinion, and it's our opinion. We don't know if we're actually right. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm getting at? It's like, what is the common sense? Like,
the common sense is age old, I think. Like back when there were monarchies and like the French overthrew their monarchy, fucking lopped their heads off, and then the Holy Roman Empire goes, oh fuck, did you see that? We can't let the rest of these people do that. We gotta lock this shit down, and we live in the future that became.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what people used to be able to like leverage power. They were like, wait, there's more of us. Fuck them.
Yeah.
And what's happened is they've divided us into two factions. So we fight each other and we never fight them, but we're on the same team. All the people need to like understand we're all getting fucked.
Yeah.
And we've all been getting fucked. It's just they perceive it differently. Like Republicans think they're getting fucked this one way and Democrats think they're getting fucked this other way. But it doesn't matter how you're getting fucked over. The point is we're all getting fucked over. We're all on the same team.
Yeah. No, for sure.
The point is we work our whole lives, start a business, make money, work a job, on unemployment, on welfare, whatever the situation is. We buy a bunch of stuff. We buy these things. They're all fucking obsolete by the time we die. This is all going to be trash. Fucking GoPros and shit. Like this will be trash. When I'm dead, somebody will look at it. Oh, look at this relic. Everything is a relic. It doesn't matter. Nothing really has any value.
Well, dude, No, I know. That's what all these big families, rich families have just done. They just pass down corporations and property and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way. Because they know how to they just keep the wealth. Like, they get all the small people. Like, dude, I look at my mom. She's just her whole life bought little trinkets and little crap. Could have bought investment properties, or you know what I mean? That's what generations that don't have anything they need to start doing. Buying properties, and it's real tough right now to start a business, something you could even pass down. But I mean, at least try to build things that can't be destroyed and you can pass down.
Like, I mean, right now, like one of the only open markets is the coding. You can learn coding. You can pass it down to your kids or to other people. And right now you can use quantum computers, with that, in conjunction with that. There's online, you can send information into a quantum computer, let it use crazy fucking things like superposition, to solve an issue. It's fucking crazy. We have that available to us right now.
I am way too stupid for all that, so I'm fucked.
You can learn it. Anybody can learn it.
Man, I can't even get my printer to use sublimation ink.
Dude, fuck that printer. This printer I fucking clean the heads on. Fuck inkjet printers. Dude, fuck those things. Dude, if you don't use it all the time, the heads, they just get full of ink and they dry up and they don't work for shit. You have to get a laser jet.
Laser? Yeah. Laser jet? Okay.
But laser jets aren't going to print fucking ink on shirts. So for what you're using, you have to use that. I mean, I don't print shirts, so. Like,
Yeah.
I fucking hate inkjet. It's bullshit.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to print with this sublimation, and I bought these reusable cartridges, put them in. It doesn't recognize them. Now it doesn't even recognize the original cartridges. Fucking stupid.
Just throw it out, dude. Just throw it in the street.
I will.
It'd make you feel good if you did.
It will. Dude, I'll beat it up like an Office Space with like bats
Yeah.
and shit. It's a computer. Shit's tight.
Just throw it in the dumpster and then just like hoist yourself over the dumpster and stomp on it. Of course, your leg's fucked up, but
It is. My calf's fucked up. Hey, I'm not limping so bad anymore. I'm stoked.
that's good. Did you put horse liniment on it?
No, I didn't. Sorry. There's a lot
It
of
would have
CBD.
sped up so much faster.
Dude, that shit scares me. Telling me to put horse fucking stuff on my leg.
It's not horse shit. It's horse liniment.
Horse liniment.
Yeah.
Twiggy, I know about so many things.
Yeah, but you know what? It's all gonna die with me. You know what I think too? That's really fucking weird is you know, the males nowadays, like just the average males, the younger ones, the younger generations, you don't see like very masculine, like younger generation males. It's like they're becoming more and more effeminate. And like, I look at it like, dude, we grew up in a weird generation. We still like called on a corded phone. We still had to like do shit. We still had to like we were way more active, you know? And I feel like probably our generation was even more effeminate than like, you know, 2-3 generations prior. But now with everyone just on these little devices and shit and all this like big push for, I don't know, all these different pronouns for all these different genders and stuff, I think it like, and there's kind of a push against males, I think, right now.
So I'm just
Like,
gonna play.
no-
I'm just gonna play devil's advocate just because that'll make
please do.
this shit more interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
please
dude,
do.
remember in the fucking '80s, the hair bands? They were wearing makeup and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like there was like a little thing going on then, a lot of goth stuff going on, right? So I don't think the pronoun stuff. So then, and also to play devil's advocate, I don't necessarily think it's bad because it's. Hold on, let me finish. I'm not, you know, but I think we do try to, you know. There's something to be had there though of like being with your friends and talking shit and, you know, making fun of people. But it's also, you know, people are sensitive and they can't take it, and they should be able to tell you if they can't take it. But because I mean, obviously, dude, me and you, we weren't bullied. We probably bullied people. Just getting older, kind of see the effects, because sometimes people,
Yeah.
you know, it really fucks with them, and if they are sensitive and whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, there's people that are super sensitive and it really fucks with them. So what am I trying to get at here? I guess it is just important really to raise the kids to just be super self-confident, you know, in whatever it is they want to do. Because the weak ones who do get picked on and made fun of, and maybe they are gay, like those are the ones that are probably gonna have a lot of problems and a lot of depression growing up. And I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this.
So that's interesting where you left it, though. You know, if you say that it's because of bullying that causes people of different genders to, you know, like alternative, like you can't even say alternative anymore because it's like, it's not alternative. It just is. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
you're
there's
not-
so many different
No,
edges to
yeah.
this
No,
stuff.
see, I don't even fucking, that shit drives me nuts, right? They like get mad if you don't call them by the right pronoun thing. But like we're older, we don't know all that shit, so we're just like, yeah.
So the point is, and dude, they might just like shut us down for me saying this, but like, is it, which came first, the chicken or the egg, right? Like, were they mentally ill and that led to like this sort of like thought process and being called like something different and like doing all kinds of surgeries to modify the self? Or is it a result of bullying, you know, that like has led to mental illness? But there's a correlation between mental illness and genders other than your standard male and female. Like there's a correlation between mental illness associated with these other genders. Like that's a known thing. But which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Bro, who knows if it's not fucking McDonald's? Like,
Oh, of course it's that too.
there's so many hormones in the food everyone's eating.
Of course.
Cows are just pumped full of fucking hormones. Everyone's eating it. And see, people might take offense to that statement. You know what I mean? Like saying like, oh, that's why somebody is the way they are. Fucking what? They can't just be that way. It's got to be, because they ate something. But that's what I'm saying. Like, who fucking knows?
But so like, I'm not saying I'm intolerant or like would have any hatred towards anybody who, that's totally fine. Like if that's what they want to do. But if it's because of any of these reasons, like mental illness that stems from the food that we eat, the water, who knows what the fuck it is. Like if they could have not had to go through all that and lived a life where they didn't experience that kind of pain, and then maybe they didn't become, I don't have to call him, her now or whatever, then I don't know, wouldn't that be worth pursuing? Like, shouldn't we say, hey, put the brakes on, like, let's try and like help?
That was actually an amazing point, right? Because everyone should be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do if that's what they want to do. But you're right. If the reason so many people are going through this is because of something that's in the food or something, yeah. I mean, obviously, dude, we're just fucking Alex Jones in here, just speculating the frogs are gay. The frogs are gay. You know what I mean? Like, we're just saying random shit, but like, fucking could be.
Dude, I mean, if we just write it off and you're not allowed to talk about it anymore, you know what I mean? You're not allowed to suggest it anymore. Then you might miss the point. You might miss the solution.
It could also be said like, well, why isn't everybody like that? Because everyone's eating the McDonald's. But who knows? Yeah, maybe something in your DNA, it only,
Dude, I think it's this shit, dude. I think it's this shit.
Probably.
If you look, I've been studying like YouTube channels and shit like a lot, because we started doing this.
Yeah.
And the amount of males that sound like they have an effeminate sound. I don't know if maybe I do, but like I just notice it. And there's a lot, and I think that if that's being conveyed, a lot of this is just being marketed towards children. What I was looking at, most of the most popular YouTube channels, they're all like video game related, or they're like some really flamboyant like male that's like super excited and oh my god, I'm gonna unpackage this thing and like ooh, and it's like always the same kind of like act almost, and it's an act, it's not real. And it's like
it's super popular right now. I mean, dude, obviously we're a couple generations away, but yeah, it's just that's what's popular now, right? It's wild.
Yeah, it's weird to me. Honestly, like I had like not an emotional breakdown, but like a moment of reckoning last night, where I kind of felt like, okay, I kind of felt like I was irrelevant. And let me explain. Let me backtrack for a minute. So
like, hard. You're old as shit, Twiggy.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No. I mean, okay. So my basis for like living, for continuing to live, is to be relevant. I feel that, and this is just my own personal belief, right? I feel that when I become irrelevant, it's time to die. Like I feel that because I feel that something happens in life, like you just get old. Your body breaks down. I feel like there's a correlation. I know it's all physical and this is just what we all go through. But I feel that if we stayed relevant, like to the times, like right now, and we understood what was happening so well that we were so plugged into it, you wouldn't really age the same way other people would.
Absolutely.
I feel that.
No, dude, that's a great point. That's why you see like old people who they don't even have a cell phone. Like they don't, which maybe that's a good thing, but do you know what I mean? Like they just don't, you go into their house and they still have old wallpaper up. They still have VCRs and they're living in the 60s. Like there is something to be said about, we kind of just were saying how technology and stuff's taken over, but there still is something to be said about, changing with the times in some way to stay plugged in, to stay relevant, to still, yeah.
Like I think that slows down the aging process. Like some of the older people that I know that are so, you wouldn't believe how old they are, like upper 70s, stuff like that. And they're just fucking getting it. Like just started a business, just built a new house, just did this, just did that. It's like, well, why would anybody want to do that at that age? A lot of people would be like, dude, I'm trying to slow down and like not deal with stuff. But
slowing down is fucking boring, man.
They're staying relevant. And like last night, dude, I started to feel like, I was like reading, looking at all this stuff, and I was trying to figure out like what the top channels, what people do, that kind of stuff. But of course, I don't want to sacrifice who I am. Like I'm going to keep who I am. I'm not going to be something else. You know what I mean? And if that's not marketable, well, fuck it. Then it'll just be our like fun thing that we did. Who
Yeah.
cares? You know what I mean? But like, I'm like looking at all this shit, and it's all like all kind of sounds the same. And I don't mean to like be down on like people that sound effeminate, but it's a really popular way to sound right now.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
Yeah.
weird. Like there's something about it that doesn't.
Yeah.
It looks strange to me, and I'm coming from a different generation, and maybe it's just harder for me to like see a lot of. But I'm seeing it being marketed to the kids, and I think I think humans are going to stop reproducing. That's what
Yeah.
I think they're just going to stop, dude. They're just all going to become asexual. Look in Japan. There's more asexual people every day in Japan, you know, within the last, I don't know, what is it, 5, 10 years? I don't know the exact number. But in Japan right now, the amount of asexual people is on the rise, like exponentially. It's really
Dude,
crazy.
if we ever end up having more than 3 people listening to this, we should get one of those people on to just pick their brain about it. You know what I mean? Because they would probably have. I want to hear like their side about it. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to have you go back and forth with them
Yeah.
for them to explain. Maybe they don't, dude. Maybe they don't even know. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
just
think
like,
anyone knows.
yeah, they're just like, wait, what? Like I sound like a girl? Like this is how we all sound? Like what are you talking about? Like. And then be like, why are you generalizing, Twiggy? Why are you telling, you know what I mean? Like, because I just feel like that's
I'm intolerant. I'm this. I'm that.
exactly that's what I'm
Thing
saying.
is, I'm not trying to like, like
Dude,
say anyone is like, I'm not trying to beat anybody up or like
yeah,
say that they're a piece of shit or something. I'm just saying like there's a move that direction just in general. And I am generalizing. To speak in general, you have to generalize. But that's what I do is I look at patterns and I generalize.
yeah.
That's like how my brain works. And maybe people's brains don't work that way anymore. But
Obviously they do because I mean look at our country right now. It's either Trump or the other one. Like, dude, they're generalizing with their own little pact.
dude, I can't believe people are voting on if Donald Trump and Melania are going to stay together or not after the election. That's like the biggest Vegas bet right now.
Dude,
So crazy.
you ever seen clips of where he'll try to hold her hand and she like swats his hand away?
No, that's funny though.
Or he'll like look at her and like smile and she gives him like a little smile and the second he looks away, she's like, ugh. Like, dude, I'm serious. Like you gotta it's so entertaining.
Is that why he blows everything up? It's gonna be the greatest wall. It's gonna be the biggest. I'm gonna put my name on it. He like looks at her. She's like, oh god, is he almost done?
She's so annoying, dude. You think
Do you think he's like that? Like in a personal conversation, like it's gonna be the biggest. It's gonna be the hugest. I'm the most humblest person. You'll never meet someone more humble than me.
well, what's funny is like he always had that personality. And you know how, dude, people get crazier when they get older. Like, dude, he's almost 80 years old. Do you know what I mean? Like now he's just that personality as an old man now. And he's that age too where, dude, you know how many 80-year-olds running around and they're all racist? Like, dude, he's just a racist old man. It's so funny too. They're like, dude, he's not racist. Yeah, well, dude, it's so funny. People are like, dude, he's not racist. It's like, are you fucking
I don't know if he's racist or not, but
you know what? Whatever. Fucking attack me, 3 listeners. Like, I don't care. I fucking think he is. Which, whatever, dude. Fucking own it. If you're fucking racist, fucking own it. Whatever. I mean, you're a piece of shit, but.
yeah, that's my thing is fucking own it. Because I don't know, like look at me. Like look at the color I am. Like what the fuck am I? Like sometimes I've been in situations where it's like, oh, don't want to say anything. I don't want to, whatever. And then sometimes it's like, you know what I mean, man? And it's like I'm in the club and I'm like, so which is it? Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just like the time of day, the way the light's hitting my skin. Like, I don't really know. But like sometimes I could be like part of the racist group or outside of it. You know what I mean? And I've been like that my entire life. And so I've seen in and out so much. You know what I mean? Like you hear stuff on a personal level and then you're attacked on a personal level. It's a weird perspective. But it comes with being like the color of brown that I am.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. It's just been a weird experience.
No, I know. I couldn't even imagine. I've just had fucking white racist people. Like, dude, one time I was selling these people an alarm. and his wife is just like going off about something, and she literally looks at me and goes, "Well, you're racist, right?" And I'm like, nah. And she's like, "Oh, well, if you grew up in Tucson, you would be." And I'm like, no, like, dude, it was just so crazy. Like,
She said that.
dude, I swear to God, word for word. Like, she like, and then she was like bummed that I didn't just like agree with her. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was what?
How old was she?
Dude, she wasn't even that old. 30s. Yeah. You know what's even crazier is her husband was not like a white dude. Like he was like you. Like where it's like I couldn't tell, like, you know, you can't tell what he is. You know what I mean? So it's
From
just
somewhere.
he's from somewhere something, and your wife is going off about how she's racist, and I'm just like, dude, get me out of here. It was so uncomfortable, dude. It was uncomfortable too, because like I didn't agree with her. She was hoping I would, and then her attitude changed because like I didn't go, yeah, keep it going. Dude, crazy.
I like that you stick up for your beliefs in that way. In those situations, I'll tend to stay more neutral.
Yeah.
I won't voice like a conflicting opinion necessarily. I'll just kind of like go,
so,
well, that's an interesting perspective or something like that. I'll like take a stance away and just like observe or acknowledge it, but not not buy into it at all. That's weird. She puts you on the spot though.
That's what I'm saying. She literally, that's the other thing too, is like she blatantly like asked me that question. I swear to God, it's the craziest situation I've ever had doing my work I did. So crazy. She's like, well, you're racist, right? Like literally, you're racist, right? I'm like, nah. Like that was my answer. I'm like, nah. And she's like, well, you would be if you grew up in Tucson. And I'm like, I know a lot of people that grew up in Tucson, so don't know what you're talking about. Here's what happened. No, here's what happened. You got some white trash parents that raised you like that, and that's why.
Or she was a crazy lady.
That's
she's just having one of her moments. And like normally she's not like that, but she has her fucking moments. And I'm like, I hate to say that because that makes me sound like, you know, intolerant to homosexuality, transsexuals, and women. But like, dude, it's like sometimes shit happens, dude. They get crazy.
Yeah, but I'm not even gonna agree with that because I'm just like, I don't ever go like I'm going through a moment, feeling a little racist right now. Like,
yeah, but you're also not a woman, you know. Like, she could be like, no, hey, dude, women, they're not supposed to say it.
Dude, their walls shed. I mean, dude, much respect. Dude, like, they gotta go through some shit.
Things change, and they could change at any time. And I mean, some women deal with it differently than others. Some are like, you know, hold it together like a lot better. But others, dude, and we've all known a few, they just fucking lose it constantly. And she might have been losing it right around that time. And
yeah.
Dude, I sound like the most fucking backwards, horrible fucking living on a little mountain. What mountain town is that motherfucker from? Intolerant bastard.
Dude. Yeah.
I don't mean to be.
You're hilarious. I mean, dude, it's fine, dude. I'll be the other side always, so it's fine.
I mean, we all kind of know like what I'm saying. You know, it's just why lie about it? Why do we have to lie?
But see, dude, I mean, once again, I could just be like, well, yeah, I see guys lose their shit all the time too, you know. So
yeah, no, it's true, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I'm just always like trying to just fucking always because I can't stand when people don't look at the other side. So I actually
you're right.
So I actually try to do that all the time. Which, dude, I'm not even disagreeing with you. Do you know what I mean?
No. Yeah. No, but I can agree with you on that. Like, definitely. Yeah. There's some guys that lose their shit more than some girls that, like, hold it together really well. You know? And you know what's weird? Is, like, the butchest lesbians hold it together the best out of all the women. Do you know what I mean? They're, like, trying to look all stoic, wearing a wallet chain and stuff, you know? And, like, just really holding it together. Like, better than a lot of, like, effeminate males that are just fucking, woo! Dude, I'm gonna lose my mind over some shit.
Dude, some lesbian chicks, they're good at putting off like a tough ass vibe.
It's true, dude.
You ever been around, dude? I've been around lesbians. And I'm like, dude, I wouldn't fuck with that bitch, dude. She'll fuck you up. They act
like walk into an area, like I don't know, grocery store, anywhere, and just like fucking start swinging their shoulders around all crazy, like they're just so tough, and they're like take anybody on. And the weird thing is, as a male, what do you do in that situation? Because kind of like put off by it. But then if you are your full male self, like it's in conflict with that. But then now all of a sudden you get put in a weird position, I feel like, sometimes.
I mean, what, dude? You're just like they're just in your presence. You just like acknowledge it. And just...
There could be a conflict though, and then what do? You know what I mean? Like as a male,
what
you're
is the conflict?
to stand down.
Does she think you're gonna steal her hyena or what?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they get, dude. I had one experience where one was like kept mad dogging me all crazy, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? She's with her girlfriend that didn't seem like on the same wavelength. Or maybe, dude, and I've seen him where that one actually had bruises. And so I was like, dude, this is weird. That's why I looked at her, because I was like, dude, those are bruises.
Dude, then that's why that one was probably extra protective.
Yeah, all like crazy, like looking at me. I was like, dude, this could be like a really bad interaction. And then like, what does that put me like as a male? You know what I mean?
Was that at a bar?
No, it was at a Home Depot.
Oh.
In the fucking self-checkout.
Of course, because automation's taking over.
Exactly. Circle back.
Absolutely. But
I'm not trying to be all down on that, but I just like to express from like a male perspective that like there's some inconsistencies in how we're expected, like social norms and like what's okay and what's not. And there's some awkward positions we get put in. And I feel like it affects like masculinity, and like masculinity's on the decline right now. And I'm worried about like the future of like humans. Yeah. Like, seriously, I'm worried.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. But yeah, dude, you just said social norms. Like, yeah, like how would humans act if we weren't raised to just like, do you know what I mean? Like we're just raised to like get a job, work hard, find a significant other, get married, have kids, like get a house. Like, I don't know, if all that shit was taken away, like, would we instinctively, like, still act in these ways? Or, like, what would society look like? Damn, I should have ate some mushrooms. And then we could have...
I've got some ideas about that. I don't know, man. I think I'm kind of on the fence in two worlds. Like, in one world, like, I want to see my life have a lot of purpose. And in one lifetime, when I was younger, I wanted to see like an accumulation of stuff. And in another lifetime, the second half that is leads up to now, I want to see more purpose. I just want to see like a positive effect. Like I had a good effect. Like what was the point of my life? Like I was born into this and I interacted with people, and did it result into something good, or was it just a total fucking disaster? Just a waste of time? Just like I tried to accumulate as much stuff as I could, and now it's all thrown away, and I'm dead, and I'm in the ground. Who fucking cares? And so I'm torn between those two pieces, and then this other piece where maybe, I don't know, I would just like want to meditate all day, just like look inward and like find like that stillness, that silence, and not experience any of that other stuff, and not care if I was remembered or I had a positive impact or it mattered. Because all that matters is this moment right now, and this stillness and this quiet.
That's true.
Which is it? Like, that's where I am. That's where I exist. And it's a weird place to exist because my mind is all these places at the same time.
Oh, man. Living in the moment is so much easier said than done, but I feel like that's probably right up there with, like, most important shit in the world. Living in the moment. It's fucking hard, man. It's hard.
That's something I've always liked about you, though, and why we've been friends for so long, is because you have a unique ability of engaging in the moment. Like when it happens, when there is like when something clicks like in your brain, and you're like, oh shit, this is awesome, and like, dude, you're fucking engaged, and you're like there, so present. You know what I mean? And that's like fun. Yeah. Then all of a sudden we're having fun. So like, if I was with like, say, me and like two other guys that like you weren't included, but like you didn't have that same reaction, it may not have been nearly as fun. But like, because you're so present, you can add something that brings everyone in. We all experience it together at that exact moment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has that. Not everybody has that.
Appreciate that, dog. But no, you still didn't answer my fucking question.
Oh, sorry, I do that.
Yeah, but that's okay. because that's what we do. We ramble for no reason.
I'm glad you remembered, bro.
We're just two regular guys. But dude, I just wonder what society would be like. Like, dude, we're literally raised to be like everybody is. Everyone is, I don't know, I guess it's just like brainwashed or brought up to just do these certain things. And I just wonder how society would be if no one was expected to do it. You know what I mean? You could just literally just do whatever without the pressure of your parents or society or any outside.
I don't know if it's possible to have an answer.
Who knows if it doesn't fucking matter? It probably doesn't even matter. What's up?
I don't know if it's possible to have an answer for that because you have to exist in like a place that doesn't exist, you know. But all I could do is speculate on like who I am and what my goals are, and like if I didn't have to do any of this shit, like if I didn't have to pay bills, if I didn't have to fucking dude, like the village, you know, where I live, they require that like, you know, the place gets inspected, like the trees and shit. So they're trimmed to a certain level. Otherwise, they'll put a lien on your house. Like you have to trim your trees and cut down certain ones.
Where you're at right now?
Yeah. So I've done a lot of tree work, but I don't know, and I have to get an inspection. And it's pretty expensive to cut down a fucking tall-ass tree that's right next to power lines in your fucking house. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, you know, it's just weird, though. But if you don't do it, you get a lien put on your house. And if you don't pay your water bill here, you get a lien put on your house. It's not a separate water company. It's the village. They own the whole fucking thing. It's weird. It's where. It's where. Yeah, it's where. And see, that's a form of socialism that I disagree with. I think, like, if we're going to have private property, we should have private property. We shouldn't have private property, but we're kind of going to take your shit.
That's like HOA. That's like HOAs, man.
Yeah.
You could have a fucking house in an HOA. You could pay all your bills, mortgage, all your utilities. You don't pay the HOA, fucking take your house. They can. They can go and force the sale of your house. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, whatever. You know, the other side is, yeah, you signed up for it. You knew what you're getting into. But it's still crazy. It's still crazy that they can force the sale of your house, but you're not behind on your house.
Here, you don't sign up for it. You just
you just are.
Yeah, it's just like, oh no, that's how we run shit.
Yeah.
They could do that legally.
Dude, that's why I was pretty hyped about the house in Temecula, dude. It looks like there would be an HOA here, and there's not. Oh, it's sick.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But to go back to your question, dude, I think that it's very possible that at least like a large group of people would be doing something in the realm of meditation. I think that humans, I don't know, dude. I think we're electrical beings, kind of like, you know, I was reading an interview. You have to read it because it wasn't, you know, recorded, of Nikola Tesla. And it was in the late 1800s. And there was like some journalists like talking to him. And he was asking him crazy questions and trying to get him going, you know. And he was talking about how he had this really strong relationship with lightning. And he'd watch lightning and he would name it. And he would call it like the same name, like, oh, that was that one again. And like he had this like really strong relationship with lightning and a great understanding of electricity and like the magnetosphere, the ionosphere, like exactly how like the world worked, you know, in this form of like, you know, a torus is how like the earth processes energy in the form of a torus, right? And supposedly humans do too. So I guess that's where I'm going with that, is if we process energy and energy comes through us, you know, if it comes through our heads, out our feet, or the other way around, I don't know exactly, but like maybe we have like a much greater purpose. Maybe we have a purpose where we're more intertwined with the universe, you know, that like right now we're just like distracted.
Everyone's
course. Just distracted. You know what I mean? Like maybe we have like this huge, great purpose where like, I don't know, like maybe we're just supposed to be like an integral piece of how everything works. But maybe it was taken from us. I'm not sure. You know, we could never know. But it seems like somehow we got sold into slavery. And in this country, we were convinced that it's freedom. And they you know, fireworks and it looks like a war or something. And we go, oh, look, see, that means freedom. And we look on coins and we have somebody's head on it. And we go, oh, that means freedom, paper. And like, we think that means freedom. You know? But like, is it really freedom if you, like, say I die in this house tonight, and the water bill goes and it doesn't get paid and the village seizes it.
Yeah.
Like, is that like what about my offspring?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how does
Yeah.
that work?
They don't give a fuck. You didn't pay your water bill.
Yeah, well, just like we were talking about earlier, like soda companies like Coca-Cola and like Fanta and all these that are, it's all the same companies that own all these, and like Nabisco and everything else. And their marketing techniques that they have on like other countries that don't have the type of regulation that we have in this country. And
Mm-hmm.
also, if you compare McDonald's in India compared to McDonald's in France, the amount of sugars and the amount of saturated fats is more than triple. It's fucking crazy. They feed you worse food when they can. At the same time, it costs 19 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Government
like,
subsidies.
dude, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And these big corporations, they get away with it just because they can. And that's how capitalism has become in this. It became, what we have is we have crony capitalism. You know, like you're a good old boy in this network of like old money, and you're allowed to get away with whatever you want to get away with, and they're gonna all like move around and exercise their power and influence through lobbyists that push for different types of changes to create more tax benefits and looser regulation for these big corporations to basically destroy other cultures, including ours. And whether or not we like to believe it, we're all slaves in some form. You know, we don't have true freedom. I mean, who has freedom?
Yeah.
And they, oh, well, if you have more money, you get freedom. Yeah, you have more money, you're more likely to have more debt too. So do you really have freedom?
Yeah, a lot of times you have way more responsibilities and more plates turning when you're rich. So,
But that's rich. That's not wealth. You know,
for
it's
sure.
like there's
there's a big difference. Yeah.
there's poor, there's the average man, there's rich, and the average man and rich are like almost the same thing. It's just like you have a nicer car and a nicer house. Who cares?
Being rich though, you can lose being rich. You can't lose
Yeah.
wealth. Like we're talking generational wealth. Like they ain't losing that shit.
Generational wealth, you know, you own some, your grandparents started some canned food company that's just fucking prevalent globally. It's not going away.
You know what's crazy too? I always trip out is like a lot of times you see like those families, right? Like the Rockefeller. I don't know. I'm just throwing. You know what I mean? Rockefellers, the Hiltons, all this shit. They always like marry each other too. It's just like, you know, like the kings and queen, all that shit. You know what I mean? To keep the bloodline. They all like marry each other. It's just super funny to notice that.
I got one for you. Who's the guy with the black hands? The white guy with the black hands?
The white guy with the black hands.
You said, look at his hands. Look up his hands. Why are his hands like that? What is his name?
Was that Mitch McConnell?
Yeah, Mitch McConnell. So Mitch McConnell, his wife, she's Chinese, and her dad is a major player in the Chinese corporate world.
Look at
like
this
it's
shit.
crazy.
Look at this bullshit,
Dude,
right?
So Mitch McConnell's sibling, one of his siblings, married her brother or sister. So they're staying with those Chinese connections within that family. Here's the crazy thing is, he's a Republican, right?
Yeah.
Right? Is he?
Yeah.
So, okay. So I'm not following the news as much, but I'm just assuming it. So, because I don't know that much about it. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. And they're like, oh, the Chinese. See, the Democrats, they want to sell us to the Chinese. Well, Mitch McConnell, dude, is married into the fucking, like the highest fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy.
It's like they cry wolf on shit they actually like want. It's weird. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, if they knew the shit that they're being sold, dude, that's what I feel like. I feel like the only way to fix this is to kind of show the conservatives like, oh, like, look what's actually happening. You are getting fucked harder than like anyone. You know you are, but this is why and this is how. Like, you're getting the wool pulled over your fucking eyes. Because, like, I don't know, man. I think that's the only way. I think that.
No, dude, they're all. It's just so funny too. Like, dude, I know. Like, of course, Biden's gonna have. You know, he's gonna. I think he already did. He's already putting people into power that are lobbyists, and they're all Wall Street guys. Because of course, he's bought and sold by all them. But it's just crazy that everybody just thought Trump was just like. He's not a politician. He's not like, dude, he's a billionaire. All his friends are billionaires. Like, dude, that's what he's doing. He's helping all them. He has cut back on, like, so we actually read something the other day that Phoenix, the air quality there is so bad now. And they literally have just been loosening the last 4 years all the regulations on, spitting shit out into the air. Like, dude, they just loosen all that shit because those corporations, it's so much cheaper for them just to be able to pollute and stuff. Everyone goes, dude, they like try to sell you like, oh, climate change, whether it is or not, right? They try to sell you that climate change, that shit isn't real. That shit ain't real. They don't even care if it is or not. They just want to be able to dump their gas. Yeah, they just want to be able to dump their shit as cheap as possible because if they actually have to get rid of those chemicals the right way, it's fucking expensive.
Right.
So like everything is just money. They don't.
Everything is money.
Everything is just money. They don't actually care if they're hurting the planet or not if they're making more money. You know what I mean? So when they're like, "Oh, dude, yeah," I mean, I just said it all. Yeah, it's just so fucking crazy.
Dude, tell me this: do you think we're gonna find people to interview that are like, homeless right now, that like realized all this shit and then just decided like, you know what? I decided I don't want to fucking be a part of this.
We're gonna fucking find out.
They just figured it out and they were like, you know what? The only way I feel right about living is to live this way.
Dude, let's get the fuck in the streets. We gotta find out.
I really feel like there's a lot of people out there like that.
We're gonna find out, man. I can't wait.
So it was Mitch McConnell's brother-in-law, Gordon Hardogensis, who married Chow's sister Grace. So that was his wife's sister.
What color is his fucking brother's hands? Fucking purple?
Oh, I haven't seen his hands. Oh, and then, so this is his father-in-law, this guy, James C. Chen Chow. Okay. So he's like a Chinese business magnate. He's like, he's founder of Foremost Group, a New York-based shipping, trading, finance enterprise. It's just really crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy the connections people have. And like you were saying, people marry into families. I just read that recently and I was like, dude, this is like crossing like cultural boundaries. Like now it's like, Americans and Chinese. And, maybe that's a good thing. Like, in certain ways.
Well, no, it's fine if Americans marry Chinese people. But the thing is, they're not doing it. They're doing it to just mix business.
Right, mixed business. Exactly. Yeah. They're at the top. And they're like, ooh, well, if she marries him, then I like that because he can help deregulate that so I can make more money.
Yes.
And that's how it's all like fucking in bed with each other.
So fucking crazy.
Where does that leave us, though? Where does that leave people like you and me and like everyone else who like might listen to this and people who won't and actually like figure out who the fuck I am and come here and fucking kill me?
Strap up, son.
Dude, I mean, I really feel like, if you say the wrong things, like you never know what's going to happen, like, I mean, if somebody that has a lot of power doesn't like what you're saying, you don't really have a lot of hope.
Fuck it, dude, whatever.
Think about it,
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you call them out on it.
Hey, I mean, like you said, live with purpose. Fuck. Spitting out the real.
I'd rather die telling the truth, or at least like what I believe,
there you
as
go.
Opposed to like trying to be something that I'm not or lying.
I mean, dude, you know what I mean? Like this world is so disgusting. Like as far as a lot of the things we're talking about, it's like, dude, just fucking whatever. Maybe we get to go to another planet in another lifetime, where this shit doesn't. Dude, I wonder if there's a planet out there where everyone's just fucking meditating all day and just chilling.
But how do you think we'd get there, though? Like, as soon as we got there, like, okay, here's hypothetical. So
Obviously, it's hypothetical, Twiggy. We're not just going to another planet.
No, I mean, a hypothetical, like, future. Like, I'm just making it up. Okay, so we inhabit Mars, right? I don't know. Let's say it's, like, 20 years from now, 30 years from whatever. But, like, they make a bubble. They go, oh, okay, you've got you're living like Pauly Shore in your ecosphere or whatever the fuck.
Biodome.
Biodome, right? Yeah. And you're living, you're doing your thing, and you're like, we're establishing this new place and whatever, and they make you feel like you're free. But then stuff starts to happen. And they're like, oh, we got these asteroids coming. We have to make changes. Everybody's going to have to do this, this, and that. And so what do you become? You just become like the same thing as like, oh, here comes this COVID. You have to do this, this, and that. We have to make these changes. Like, we have to lock down. It's the same thing. Like, as soon as a narrative gets pushed, if you're getting put there by these powers that are like bigger that make these rules, you're still abiding by them. Until you're not abiding by someone else's rules, you're not free.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is our daddy. He just fucking decides shit, and we just have to fucking.
I'm living in his belly button in Temecula.
That's so funny, dude. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, like, it might not even be him. It could be like this whole other like ruling class that's like above him, and maybe he is fighting for like the rights of the people. I don't know. We'll never know.
Yeah.
Like, we'll never fucking know.
Yeah.
I do think that people need to start with food. They need to start paying attention to what they eat. And they need to start paying attention to suffering, like animals suffering and people suffering, and try and prevent it. And I think if we started there, we might actually end up somewhere good.
I like that, Twiggy. That was good.
Schmear, no hurt animals.
I'm excited for our bet.
Yeah? I'm already living it, dude. I started early.
No eat animals, Spare?
No, I haven't.
Nice.
I have no intention. Because I'm like, if I'm going to do it already, I'm going to do it for the rest of my life.
What,
it's not like a temporary thing. It's like, this is a bet, but it's just like setting the stage for how I want to live anyways.
So basically, like vegetarian, you'll cheese and milk and shit, just no meat?
Yeah, and eggs. I just want to have meat.
Fish? You'll get back to fish, though?
No, probably not.
Really?
If I cut fish out, I won't do fish anymore. It means I have to kill another life form. Another life form that isn't a mammal, but still like, it's still another life form. And like, you could argue that like plants are life forms too. But like, they're not, they're like not biological organisms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like a fish is.
If you want to go farther, though, like when you say you'll still eat eggs, you know how that all works, right?
Right, but there's no, they're not inseminated. Like they would just be nothing anyways.
No, so in those egg factories, they'll take all the male chicks.
I have chickens.
No, I know, but in those factories, because they're factory farming, and they want to produce as many eggs as possible.
Oh, I know, dude. It's fucking awful. I don't buy their eggs.
So when they're hatching all those chickens to then get them to, produce eggs, every male chick, they just grind them up alive. They grind them up alive to get rid of them quick. Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I try to get you have chickens, right? That's where you get the eggs?
I have chickens, but, I still have to buy, and I buy cage-free, organic, whatever, the free range.
I mean,
but still, like, it's way more expensive, but still, like, they're still killing the males.
For sure. Yeah. See, that's the shit. It's like, fuck, why they gotta do that? Like, those, dude, they're so freaking cute. Yeah.
Well, why do we murder things? Like, why do we murder other people in war? Why is there so much murder, of animals? It's a major problem. Suffering, like, the suffering humans cause and they inflict on, like, just other life forms, including each other. It's awful, dude. Like, I don't understand why it has to be that way.
Dude, the pig videos, those ones fucking make me the most mad, dude. So fucking sad.
I just think, like...
So fucked up.
I think people need to start with food and, like, just start here. Like, just stop drinking soda. Like, don't drink fucking soda. This shit is obviously the worst fucking thing on the planet for you. It's so fucking awful to pollute your body with that much sugar and then add caffeine into it so you can fuck your brain up. On top of it. Dude, like, they were talking about it in Brazil that, like, people put it in baby bottles. Like, it's accepted because they just look at it like, oh, look at this big company. Dude, it's very well known. Why would they want to hurt us?
Dude, my fucking girl remembers being a child, and some of her family members sometimes would put soda in her baby bottle when she was a toddler. Can you fucking believe that? Yeah, she's pissed. She's fucking pissed about that to this day. Like, maybe I'm exaggerating. She's not pissed about it to this day, but she obviously remembers it. I don't remember what I drank as a child. I don't remember that at all.
You know what I drank, dude?
What?
My dad would mash up like fucking nuts and like different kinds of like coconuts and things like that, and he would make like these nut milks. So if I wasn't drinking breast milk, I had like these nut milks that were like all like organic that my dad like made by hand.
Dude, what an amazing man. He's so good at flexing his chest too.
I know, he just does it back and forth.
Do you remember that video? Do you remember that
Yeah,
video?
of course.
So good. He's just like fucking.
It reminded me of that Bruce Lee movie where he fights that guy that like flexes his chest back and forth. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of that.
I don't remember.
You know which one I'm talking? Enter the Dragon or Return of the Dragon? One of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude. I think people should start there, dude. Just like stop drinking soda. Just start one thing at a time. Stop drinking soda. Don't eat fucking snacks. Don't eat anything from some major fucking corporation. That includes cigarettes. Philip Morris, R.J. Reynolds bullshit. Like, just fucking don't make those corporations bigger. If you can, stop buying shit from Walmart.
Yeah. It's just so crazy. Like, nobody will stop these things. That's what
everybody just thinks that that's good. That's like modernization. That means you're like in a developed nation, and those are good things.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it, like in India, like the amount, like everyone eats KFC. I was watching this documentary. Like, it's like the most popular fucking thing in India. They figured out if you make it spicy, they're all gonna eat it. And dude, it's just the most awful shit for them. And then their fucking commercials show like a chef with like a chef hat and like so carefully cutting the chicken. It's like, dude, are you just really believe this shit?
Those chickens aren't even walking. They're just so plumped up with fucking hormones. They're just sitting there. They're right next to each other. They can't even move. They don't even stand up.
Yeah.
Imagine that existence. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's a big difference when you go kill like an animal that's lived in the wild forever and then you eat that meat forever. Like, dude, eventually that animal's gonna die, and he lived a great life. Like, that's definitely the least horrific of that whole situation. Like, dude, but being born in a cage and they fucking torture these animals, like pigs and cows, they're like crying. Dude, I just figured out the other day. So they take baby calves away from the moms, to take all the milk, and a lot of those cows, they go hoarse from screaming so much because their fucking calf got taken away. I always wondered why I've heard like cow screams, but they're very, sounds like they don't have their voice anymore because they were screaming because they took the fucking calf away. So depressing, right? Fuck, it's like so sad. Like, fuck milk. Yeah.
Oh, I don't drink milk. I haven't drank milk in a long time.
Me neither. Fuck milk. Fuck milk. Fuck these fucking farms. Fuck this shit.
I don't know. I think I don't say fuck all farms. I think like if they do it sustainably,
for sure.
It's a totally different thing. But if it's like factory farming, I have a major problem.
Okay, yeah. Before 6 people listen to this and people think I'm saying fuck farms, yeah, you're right. Fuck factory farming, where animals literally have the most miserable existence.
Miserable.
Fucking.
Because I would love to see factory farms go away and just like legitimate farms that actually give like animals space. Dude, people think chickens are dumb, dude. Like, I like interacting with my chickens a lot. They're not dumb.
Dude, what?
They're not dumb at all.
Everyone says that shit. Yeah, dude. They have their own little. I guarantee your chickens, they each have like individual personalities, like a dog.
They do. No, like certain ones we've named them because they act differently. You know what I mean? They behave like. There's one.
They're friendly as fuck, huh?
What's that? Friendly?
They're friendly as fuck, huh?
Oh, they come to the fence and like, of course they want food and shit, but you know what I mean? Like, okay, so there's one we call indigo, and like, have you ever heard of an indigo child?
I've
heard an indigo child is like different than like the norm. They like are on their own path, kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'm one. Like, just has different ideas, not like part of the normal.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, so there's one chicken, dude. She's so weird, dude. She's got like, it's like black and white, kind of gray on her head and neck, and all the rest are like all about like the worms. We like throw some dried mealworms, and so we'll do that and like corn. But they have to have like some kind of calcium, so like the mealworms give them that.
Yeah.
Anyways, she like doesn't. She's not like really into it. All the rest of them are like, oh yeah, they're all eating out of her hands and stuff, and they're just like all about it. And she's like kind of hesitant in the background. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this over here instead. She kind of like looks, but she doesn't like really want to get too involved. So we call her Indigo. She's like does her own thing.
Yeah.
She doesn't follow the crowd. Like all the rest stay together. She kind of does her own thing. She just like goes off by herself. It's really weird. And there's another one we call her Ronda Rousey because she's like the leader and she's like bigger than the rest of them. And she always like hops up on something high and she's like, yeah, what's up, bitches? Like she rallies them up. They like follow her. She's like their leader. She's Ronda Rousey. Anyway, it's just funny, dude. Like they have like their own little like hierarchy and like system. And they like give each other shit all the time. They like peck at each other like, hey, knock it off. Like it's hilarious, dude. Like they kind of remind me of like how like skaters and Esco like give each other shit and there was like leaders and shit. It's fucking weird, you know? They're like people.
Skaters in Escondido, California, where we grew up.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know Esco.
Right? Oh yeah, I say Esco. But yeah, dude, chickens are fucking, they've got personalities. And I think like all creatures do. If you just give them a chance. But if you don't want to give them a chance and you just want to like kill them for whatever reason and you want to say they're nothing, then like, you know, it's best to just not pay attention to them and just like know that you're going to eat them and know that whatever. But,
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird, man. Because I don't know if that makes me, like for a lot of conservatives, that makes me a liberal, right? Because like, oh, bleeding heart liberal, oh, the poor animals, like, do you know what happens in the wild? Do you know what tigers do? It's like, yes, I know what fucking tigers do.
Dude, you know what? We're not a fucking tiger. Oh my god. It's just so funny too. Because I've had people that are like, well, what are you gonna eat then? What are you gonna eat? You gotta eat. Like,
where are you gonna get your protein?
That's the dumbest shit ever, dude.
Where do you get your protein?
You know what's funny is like the where are you gonna get your protein from thing. Actually, I got a couple points right here. The where you get your protein from is so funny because no one's ever died from like a protein deficiency. Like that literally doesn't even exist. But if you eat too much protein, you'll have fucking kidney failure.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so funny. But they're always like, where do you get protein from? Like, bro, there's fucking protein in everything. Every vegetable, like so many things have fucking protein. Dude, there's certain nuts that have more protein than steak.
Yeah. I know. I have all kinds of nuts. Because of...
Yeah. Like for weight, they have more protein than, you know, meat.
Spirulina, green algae, green algae, spirulina. Yeah. It's like 60%, something crazy like that.
Dude, so you know what else is funny? So when I was like really strict with it, right? The vegan thing, which I'm a little more lax right now, but I really don't eat too much meat. But everyone, it's so funny. So somebody can eat fast food every single day, right? The shittiest food. And nobody goes, oh, be sure you're eating the right things so you get all your nutrients. The second you're eating healthy as fuck, like I'm talking like I'm only eating like vegetables and fruit. Well, make sure you're getting all your nutrients. I'm like, why? No one would ever say that to anybody who is fucking eating fast food every day, but they really feel the need to tell somebody when they say they're eating vegan that they better make sure they're eating the right things. And by the way, the person that was telling me this was fucking overweight as fuck. Like, dude, so crazy. So crazy. You go see a fast food place, the line is wrapped around the building every time. Should we walk up to each one of them? Hey, I see that you're eating this processed bullshit. Make sure you get all your nutrients. No one ever says that shit.
Dude, that's a great point.
It's so fucking crazy.
It is. It's nuts. No one says shit to them. That's the social norms I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. Like if you're in fast food, you're doing that stuff, that's okay. Yeah. You know, and then people get really defensive about it too. Like I've seen it, like people blow up stuff on we have like this, it's an app called Nextdoor. Yeah. And it's like, you have it too? Okay, so it's like neighborhood stuff going on or whatever.
Is that
like
for Ring?
What is it?
For the Ring? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's just an app, like, and it's just like your neighborhood or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And like people talk about stuff going on in the neighborhood. So like they'll say something about, oh, well, so somebody said something like, oh, well, that's McDonald's crap or whatever, it's not good for you anyways. And then somebody was like, oh, well, they're trying so hard. People work there, and that's their livelihood. And I manage that place. And I can't believe you would say something so awful. We take pride in the food that we serve. It's just like, Jesus, dude. Like, people get it gets so weird.
Okay, well, whether you take pride in that or whatever, you're still serving fucking poison. It's fucking poison. Shut the fuck up. Like, I get it. You need to have a job, and for some reason, that's the only job you can get. Like, I got it. You got to make money. But, like, what? Yeah, when they get that holier than, like...
Yeah.
God.
It's weird, dude.
It's super weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I would just like to
drug dealers know they're selling drugs. Like, it's the same
right.
shit. Like, yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, and that's a whole nother topic, because my whole thing with that is, why the fuck... Okay, you were talking about, oh, well, it's the Americans' need or their desire for illegal drugs or whatever that cause, like, a lot of that shit to happen south of the border, right? Well, that shit could all end tomorrow if they just legalized everything. If they legalized every fucking thing and said, guess what? We want you to be free people and make your own decisions. Guess what? You don't need to go to a doctor if you have, an infection, bacterial infection. You can just get amoxicillin at Walgreens.
Yeah.
We're not going to regulate it. Because that's what that means. You can also get cocaine if that's what you want to get. But guess what? Now there's not going to be a black market anymore.
Yeah.
We don't get any more people get killed, because it's just legal. And the state can make money. The Fed can make money. Everybody gets a piece. Yeah.
Well, there's money in them busting, and then man, we're tapping everything just with one industrial prison complex, like all that. So it's like they don't want to stop the war on drugs. They got to put people in prison because they make money. Those people making 30 cents an hour, they work for corporations. There we go with the corporations.
Louis Vuitton. Making Louis Vuitton purses for 30 cents an hour. $1.30, whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. And that's just like slavery everyone agrees with. We all know that's happening. Dude, the thing, what's fucking crazy is, like, the Fed's about to legalize marijuana. It's like on the brink. Almost every state has legalized marijuana, right? But 25 years ago, dude, we're kids and we're like so scared if we're like smoking pot. Like, oh my God, like this is so scary. You know what I mean? Like, we could get in so much trouble, and now it's like no big deal. So what happened between now and then? Like, nothing really happened. It's
what happened? No, check it out. Just the corporations got into it. A lot of these big dispensaries and stuff, they're owned by big corporations. They make it where you have to have millions to get into it now. So even that now the little guy can't even get into the weed business now. They've already taken that over too. So because they were able to do that, now it could be legal because now we're making fucking millions off it.
Well, look how ridiculous it was. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like, talk to somebody from, like, I don't know, the 14 or 1500s and be like, oh, like, here's a green plant. You know what I mean? It's like, well, what's wrong with that green plant? Like, they get fast forwarded into the 90s. It's like, you could go to prison for that. You can get your third strike. Like, really? For a fucking green plant? Like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, they used to put real cocaine in Coca-Cola, man.
Yeah.
That shit that would be awesome.
John Pemberton. He's the creator of Coca-Cola, and he traveled around on a fucking wagon selling like it was snake oil. He was like, it cures everything. Like, oh, you have your foot hurts? Here, drink a Coca-Cola. It had cocaine in it. And they're like, I feel better. I feel better. It's magic serum. They thought it was a magic medicinal serum.
It's magic, but fuck, why do I want more? Why do I want some more?
A guy selling snake oil became like the biggest global soft drink ever.
Yeah.
That's nuts. It cures everything. Fuck, it's Coke.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to feel better.
It's fucking, the name of it is Coke.
Yeah, it still is. Oh, so it still has cocaine in it, right? So it was in the 80s that, they had to show that they removed all the cocaine, right? And they came out with new Coke, and it had no cocaine in it whatsoever. And people hated it. So then they came out with Coca-Cola Classic. You know how it all says Coca-Cola Classic now? Yeah. And so they put the cocaine back in it, but they said they took out the psychoactive drug, so it just still has it for flavor. That's what they said, dude. That's literally what is it's part of the ingredients. That's
Still
Coca-Cola
now?
Classic. Yeah. It's
No.
yes. Read it. Look up the history of Coca-Cola, dude.
There's still
Look it up on
cocaine
your
in it?
phone. Huh?
I don't
No,
want to
it's they
I don't want to
removed.
read about. I'm gonna read about that later, though. I will.
Yeah. So they removed supposedly the psychoactive ingredient in cocaine, but they
Okay.
still left it in there for flavor
Okay.
because that's what makes it Coca-Cola.
Just like CBD. Like.
I guess. Like, I don't know how that makes any fucking sense.
Yeah, it's the CBD of cocaine. Like.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That's
Like,
funny.
oh, that's what makes it Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola Classic. See, we put it back. Ridiculous.
That's hilarious. I'm worried about that.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty gnarly. This was a good one. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, we're pushing 2 hours.
Yeah, I could see it here. Well, actually, on recording time, it's an hour 20.
That's still, I mean, that's pretty good. I say we.
On this latest call has been an hour 48, hour 49. That's like Joe Rogan goes 3 hours and shit. But it's pretty good. You getting tired?
No. I'm getting blown up over here, but it's all good.
Oh, are you?
No,
Oh, sorry.
yeah. No, dude, it's good. Like, dude, yeah, this was a good one. So, yeah, we'll just end it on that. Let's meet up here. Let's do a Friday morning. And, yeah, let's keep this going. We're going to find people who got the same shit.
Hey,
So,
will you do me a favor and write down like all of the tags you can that were like that we covered like in this conversation?
I'll text
so I
you.
can tag
Right
it in
now.
the video.
I'll text them all right now.
Yeah, like everything we covered because you might think of something that I missed.
Yeah. All right, I'll text him right now.
All right.
All right, man. Later.
Oh, where's our intro?
Dude, I know. That dude told me he was getting on it. Let me bug him. I'm annoyed, yeah.
Yeah, because I'll make one otherwise.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna bug
We
him
need
tomorrow. We do need one, and we need to start out with it. You know, even if we just say something real quick. So, all right, Flow State baby, we gotta blow up to kick these other Flow State people off YouTube. I saw people with that name, but I got that shit fucking copywritten corporation shit established, so they don't. So fuck it, Flow State. Later.
Later.